is the exact same shape as the keyhole. The real function of the knife portion is to act as a key to the hidden portion of the safe. But that's preposterous! Because it looks like a key, it looks like a knife and was used like one to kill Mr. Faraday 7 years ago. We fell under the misconception it was always meant to be a knife. But for both the safe and its key to conceal such clever tricks, whatever is hidden inside the secret section must be of incredible importance. And is it even possible that we've been searching for is inside? Scruffy, hurry and open that safe. Yes, sir. Opening it now, sir. These items there, it's a bunch of funny-shaped things. I guess they're pieces of art, sir? You're in the way. Now move, Scruffy. I didn't think I was in the way. These pieces of art. They're identical to the ones that have been stolen from various countries around the world. I figured as much. These are the treasures this section of the safe was to hide from view. I believe a more thorough examination is required. There are pieces stolen from around the world. I wonder how much they're worth, especially this one. Scruffy. Don't touch those valuable pieces of art with your filthy hands. Why? Do you have some idea what would happen to you if one of them were to break? Is it just me, or did she hit one of the pieces of art just now? This is the document we thought was stuck earlier. I wonder what it's about. Beats me, sir. Why don't we take a look at it first before we give up, detective? Mr. Cochin's name is written on the last page. I wonder if its significance this document is. To build this trick into one safe is really something. Yeah, it's neat how the safe has two compartments, but what's really impressive is that the other end of the key was another key. I totally hadn't noticed. I wonder if Mr. Cochin was just paranoid or if he had secrets that great of value. Speaking of paranoid, I once sharpened both ends of my pencil. But then when I went to erase something, I got all paranoid and I got all paranoid that I was gonna stab myself. Please refrain from distancing your own brands of unrelated stories while on duty. Yes, sir. It appears we found the key that the Yatagarasu, no, Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. Since you're originally from this embassy, maybe she came back to return it? I don't think she's the type to be so to do such a thing, detective. What do you think about this? What do you think, sir? Callisto Yu. For whatever reason, did she steal the key? Is there anything else I can put? Is it this and Francesca's return? It is. To steal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible that the dirty secret the Yatagarasu was out to steal is in this very room? Dirty secret? Francesca, you're in pursuit of some dirty underhanded dealings yourself, are you not? Something tells me that is no coincidence. In that case, the person I'm looking for is in the Babalese embassy, huh? The head of the smuggling operation. I think I just might need to ask Francesca about her smuggling case a little more in depth. No, not this one. Francesca, when we last talked, you said that you were on the trail of a smuggling ring. I suppose the reason you're here right now is related to that? Yes. After analyzing the intel we've gathered from various countries, this embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate. And that's what tipped us off. We all know who's behind the smuggling. No, we don't. Well, we definitely know who's not behind it, and that's Edgeworth. This accounting document? It's only one page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about all the details. However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. For you see, this type of paper is made only in the Principality of Cadopia, which means that somewhere in the countries of Alabama and Babal is the head. The one pulling the strings behind the entire smuggling ring. That's Francesca for you. She's amazing. Pursuing this case with all she has. Sorry, but Interpol is still conducting its investigation beyond this point. I'm a subordinate Miss Von Karma. Is there some reason why I'm being denied access? My superior clearly said, don't you dare let anyone near the site. You got it? If I let you examine the site, my superior will get really angry at me. You know, Miss Edgeworth, I really feel bad for the guy. So why don't we just do as he says? Yes, I suppose we might as well. Hey, it's another butterfly. I believe it is a symbol of the Republic of Babal. A drawing this big on the wall of an embassy. It definitely conveys a sense of overwhelming patriotism. Well, I got a lot of patriotism too, sir. The reason I became a cop in the first place was because I wanted to protect the country. You may want to, detective. However, I've yet to see the fruits of your desire. You don't have to be so blunt about it, sir. Design on the knife's handle. It greatly resembles the special bobolete species of butterfly. It does, doesn't it? Plus, it says right there. This knife is property of the Republic of Babal. Perhaps this means that the knife used in the crime was found right in this room. I don't have anything else, so do I use this? Take a good look at these documents, Francesca. It says that these are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here. Correct. Now take a look at the smuggling activity document in your possession. Tell me, is it not possible that your page was taken from this set of 3? Well, it certainly looks that way. By putting our multi-part puzzle together, we seem to have arrived at an answer. And it seems that you have now found what you were looking for. Yes, and with this, it's become crystal clear that Mr. Koken himself was responsible for the mass smuggling of Baba's ink. You see? Mr. Kochin, or Koken, whatever his name is. Baba's ink. Baba's ink is a special product of the Republic of Babal. However, due to a special reason, only a limited volume was ever exported. And that reason is? That's classified. It's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling ring was our victim, Manny Kochin. His base was an embassy, thus, it was hard for both our country and his to interfere, making it ideal conditions under which to run a smuggling operation. But it's so frustrating. I lost the person that was to rain judgment down upon both of them with my whip of justice. Even if he is dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds. You expect me to whip a dead man? Huh. Well, I'm not interested. Francesca, you must know that Manny Kochin was a suspect in the KG8 incident. Of course I know. Of course I know. On top of being the head of the smuggling ring. Manny Kochin was the head of the smuggling ring. There is no matter what really happened in that case, then he still needs to be resolved. Lawless investigation. Are you done investigating? You realize now, don't you, that this girl is the only one it could be. Now come along quietly, Yadagarasu, K. Faraday. You are under arrest for the murder of Manny Kochin. Mr. Edgeworth, please, you have to believe me, I didn't do it! I chased the fake Yadagarasu in here. And he was already... You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say and can will be used against you. I'd like to help you reduce the number of mistaken arrests Interpol makes. What is that supposed to mean? I believe I told you that K. Faraday is not the culprit of this crime. Very well, I suppose I have no choice. I'll show you just how foolish your claims are. Even your police confirmed that the Yadagarasu infiltrated the Babalis embassy tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by fire, the Yadagarasu snuck into this embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yadagarasu. And most importantly, other than her, there's no one else in here with the body. Your reason for suspecting Kay is because you think she is the Yadagarasu. Exactly. But it isn't just me. She calls herself the Yadagarasu. Look, how many times I have to tell you? I was only out to capture the fake Yadagarasu. Imposter or not, it matters not. A Yadagarasu is a Yadagarasu. Very well. Then I shall prove that Kay is not the Yadagarasu who killed Manny Kochin. Go ahead and try. Show me what prosecutors of this country are made of. They may have confirmed it, but are you telling me that no one else could catch the thief? If so, you're basically admitting that the Yadagarasu that committed murder eluded us. Of course I chased after the Yadagarasu that entered the Babalis embassy right away. And that is why I'm making this arrest right now. Because at the end of my long chase, it was only this girl. In any case, this is what I believed happened. The confusion caused by fire? Are you saying that the Yadagarasu was not the arsonist who started the fire? A suspicious person in a long coat was spotted in the area. Officers in the area claim to have seen that person start the fire. It sounds like we have a phantom in our midst. Oh, yeah. In a way, he could be considered a phantom with the way he randomly appears. Hold it! Just because she calls herself the Yaligarasu doesn't prove that she is the killer. No, but it does give her a motive. The Yaligarasu sent a card saying, "I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret." Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them. So she killed Mr. Kochin for the key. I see. Her logic is very sound. I expected nothing less of Agent Lang's secretary. However, that statement just now didn't sound right. It might be just the opening I need. So you're claiming that Clay knew that a foreign country's embassy had such documents. As stated in the calling card, the Yaligarasu was out to steal a dirty secret. Which means that the goal tonight was to steal those smuggling activity documents. You have it all wrong! It was the fake that sent that card. Your words are meaningless. If you're truly innocent, then let's see some proof. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I leave it to you to handle this. Yes. I'd rather you did it. The Yaligarasu's goal, huh? You can claim she's innocent, but you can't change the facts that I've already outlined. Ah. Okay, so it's just a key. I wasn't sure. Agent Sheena, I regret to inform you, but there's a flaw in your logic. Oh? Even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yaligarasu, I'm certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Koken's body. Furthermore, the Yaligarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents. By the simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when we looked, it's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all. Then perhaps she didn't know that Mr. Kochin had the key on him. If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can think of no reason for her to kill him if she had not known that fact. Need? Reason? All of this is simply our conjecturing after the fact. It's entirely possible she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. Perhaps she didn't notice the safe's second compartment before returning the key. But the fact still remains that Mr. Kochin was stabbed to death. But you have no definitive proof that it was Kay who committed the act. Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim with my own eyes. What? Allow me to tell you a little bit more evidence that will put her away behind bars. The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is part of a 3-piece set, which has a design like no other. The evidence and the testimony, it all points to the girl. There is no counter-argument. That is your definitive evidence? You see now that she is definitely the killer, right? No, Mr. Edgeworth, you have to believe me. I saw a suspicious person in the long black coat heading outside the embassy, I swear! And you came here because you were chasing this suspicious person? That's right, I ran to this office only because I was chasing after that person. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the lights, but then... Ah! Who's there? This is... I came to this room upon hearing the girl scream. And when I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her. So the object felt by her feet was the murder weapon. I had the knife analyzed right away, but we failed to find anyone's prints on it. But the suspicious person in the black coat came into this room before me. You continue to insist that there was such a person, but if there was, where did they go? That... I don't know, but I know they came in here. That sounds like the desperate excuses of a suspected killer, not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? You can't trust this girl's words, Mr. Edward. Even if Kay's words are the truth, I must show that they are some solid evidence. Mr. Edgeworth, I really did this. Kay, don't worry. If you don't do it, then there must exist a way for me to prove that. Still not giving up, I see. In that case, try to counter my argument if you can. Don't worry, I can and I will. Does this mean you already have the results back? We have confirmed that the shape of the Baldy's knife matches the wound. Please do not confuse the efficiency of Interpol's forensics team with your own. I won't if you don't underestimate our police force. And so we're clear? I hardly say your logic is sound, which you will see in a bit. If you can prove me wrong, please, by all means, go ahead. That's my intention all along. Now let us return to your testimony. You mean to say that you saw Kay holding the murder weapon with your own eyes? I was also on the search for the Yatagarasu. When I heard the girl scream coming from this room, I rushed over straight away. When I arrived, I saw that girl standing there, motionless, with the knife in her hands. But I already told you! I only came in here because I was after the Yatagarasu! The only acceptable way to counter an agent at Interpol on the scene of a crime. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have some kind of evidence that can prove me innocent? I think I do, because there's one piece of evidence I find a bit interesting. There's a lot of skilled detailing on the handle. It would appear that the handle on this knife is removable. I guess so people can change it whenever they sound like it. Sounds like fun. I don't think people would remove the handle just for fun, Detective. Can we remove the handle? Oh, zoom out. Is there some place?
Objection!
Okay.
Objection!
Oh my god. Okay, what is it?
Hold it!
I ask that you please refrain from speculation. It's a sound hypothesis derived from the evidence. There's no room for debate. Miles Edgeworth, know that a graceful loss will not be tolerated, my subordinate. Now rebut her hypothesis with factual logic. Otherwise, what is your investigation for? Yes, you are correct. Thank you. Helping a subordinate with advice is the job of any good superior. She seems to be rather enjoying herself, but she is correct nonetheless. Agent Sheena, please continue with your testimony.
Hold it!
About the 3-piece set, is there really no other like it? Let's ask Ambassador Paleno for more details, shall we? The knives are indeed special. They have the butterfly, the symbol of the Republic of Ball engraved on them. And because there's only 3 of them in the world, they are all very, very valuable. The national symbol, huh? Well, the knives are covered in a butterfly design. Along with the Alabastrian set, our respective countries all have 3 knives each. I see. Are you satisfied now? If so, let's continue.
Hold it!
No, I believe there's still room for debate, and I can thank you to not decide that for me. I didn't decide anything for you. I'm merely looking at the reality the way it is.
Objection!
Are you sure you're just not viewing the facts through those rose-colored glasses? Mr. Edgeworth, I think she's mad at you. Perhaps, but our definitions of reality are a tad different. Are two you done chatting? Agent Sheena's proof is that the Bobbly's knife that Kay was allegedly holding. Yeah. So, how are you gonna prove that Kay didn't do it, sir? If Agent Sheena wants to suspect Kay merely because Kay was the only one here, then I must show the evidence that Kay couldn't have committed the murder. But do you have such evidence, sir? There is one piece of evidence that seems very unnatural to me, and I believe it is my duty to point that out to Agent Sheena.
Objection! Objection!
It's this one? So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it. But is that really the truth? What are you getting at? I'd like for you to take a look at this. There is blood on the blade, and yet there's not a speck of blood on the handle. This signifies that at the time of the crime, a different handle was attached to this blade. The knife that Kay was holding had its handle switched and was in fact not the real murder weapon. It wasn't the real murder weapon. This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go? As you can see, the Bali's knife has now been disassembled into two parts. The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out of the victim's body. The real murder was food on a stick? I mean, food on a stick is basically the same crime as a murder. True, but it is not the murder weapon in this case. The killer ate the food? Well, that's what he gets for eating food on a stick. That's not appropriate. It was all to create the illusion that Mr. Cochin was killed with a butterfly-themed knife. This should clear up any and all suspicions surrounding Kay. Your argument isn't airtight yet. How so? It's possible that the girl herself is the one who switched the handles. Don't be ridiculous. For what purpose would she do such a thing? I don't care how to know how a criminal thinks. The way they view the world is beyond comprehension of a normal person like myself. Therefore, I wouldn't put anything past them, no matter how odd they may seem. The truth is right there in front of you, and this knife will show you the way. You will come to see that Kay is not, and could not have been Mr. Cochin's killer. What is the mark on here? It is the mark of a flower. I assume you know what this means. No, not really. Butterflies rest on flowers all the time to drink their sweet nectar. And so they do. However, would this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower? The answer is clearly not a chance. This knife came from Alabast. You can't be serious. It appears you made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right. The Kingdom of Alabast. In other words, this blade is from one of Alabast's ornamental knives. This part of the knife handle has Babal's national symbol on the butterfly on it. Therefore, it's undeniably Balbanese in origin. But as we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife handle. Incidentally, when exactly did the murder occur again, Agent Sheena? After the fire had broken out? That's right, Kay entered the Balbanese embassy after the fire had taken place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Al-Bastion side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the two countries during the fire, which means that Kay could not have transported an Al-Bastion object over there. That makes it impossible for her to be the true killer. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. What a great victory. Huh? Wait, why is everyone so quiet? I'm happy we got this far and cleared Kay's name. But what worries me now is what will happen next. What is the meaning of this? An Alabastian knife? Here? Do you mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babal? It didn't just find its way over. Rather, we should focus on how it was smuggled over. You know what? My brain hurts thinking about it while we're just standing around. Thinking about it while you're on the run? That's the way a great thief operates. Okay? Oh, thanks a bunch, Mr. Edgeworth, for proving me innocent, I mean. You believed me the whole time, right? Tell me you did. Not really, but... Come on, you don't have to be shy about it. Your argument is still not airtight. Would you care to elaborate? I understand now that the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there's still the possibility that she is the Yatagarasu. That again? Look, how many times do I have to explain it to you? I am the real Yatagarasu. I am not like that fake one that goes around setting fires, okay? Whether you're the real deal or a fake, it doesn't really matter. All I have to say is this. I have my suspicions that this girl is the one who started the fire. Preposterous! On what grounds do you suspect her of such a thing? The fact she calls herself the Yatagarasu. That in itself is the most elegant proof. Miss Sheena? Yes. I have no intention of taking back any of what I've said. I am the great thief Yatagarasu, and I refuse to allow some imposter to claim that name as their own. The path of justice that my father pointed me towards, I will walk it the best I can. It's not good to be so stubborn. I hope you can understand that. Thanks for the concern, Miss Sheena. Let me share something with you too. As a token of my appreciation. Those sunglasses totally don't do nothing for you, so I'll steal them from you next time, okay? What? Well, I guess we better get going. Going to where? To the Kingdom of Alabasta. If we don't go, we won't know for sure, right? I suppose not. We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking. To see where the Alabastian knife came from, we'll have to pay the Alabastian embassy a visit. Let's go, Miles Edgeworth. As you are my subordinate, I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt. Understood. Ah, that was a long chapter. It's time to go to bed. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow, where we'll continue with some East 9. Thank you, Kurt. Mad, Lem, Otter, Raz, everyone else who was here hanging out. Appreciate you all. I will hopefully see you again tomorrow. I gotta rest my voice. I'll see you all then. Bye. 안녕.